My name is Maria José Sousa and I am a professor at ISCTE, Instituto Universitário de Lisboa, Portugal. My presentation is about a research regarding digital learning in virtual reality context in higher education. So the agenda for this presentation includes the research problem, literature review, research methodology, findings, recommendations for policy, and conclusions. The research problem is focused on analyzing the digital technologies and virtual reality context that can potentiate digital learning in higher education. The research questions, the first one is what types of technologies can be used to potentiate the learning process of students of higher education. And then the second, what are the leading technologies used in the digital learning process? And the third, which are the virtual reality contexts that can potentiate the learning process? So we begin with the literature review and of course the concept of digital learning, which is framed in emerging as a convergence concept of social learning and e-learning, and is the efficient utilization of smart devices on the learning process and effective, intelligent, tailored learning based on advanced IT infrastructure, combining novel learning and teaching strategies with technologies. According to Camilleri et al., digital learning environments have a potential to change the nature of learning and question the traditional role of learning. Moreover, regarding the first research question, which is linked to a literature review, what types of digital learning can be used to potentiate the smart learning process of students of higher education? The main learning models are individual self-learning, in which the learner relates directly to the content through materials and exercises that are provided automatically, and whose answers are also evaluated automatically. Assisted self-learning, in which the student takes the initiative to seek solutions to specific problems using several kinds of tools and pedagogies. Traditional learning, in which presenters mediate the transmission of information. Collaborative learning, in which is based on reference documents. The concepts are developed by working in groups with the support of tutors. And finally, participatory learning, in which individual learning happens not only through the relationship with the content, but also through interaction with peers. Participatory learning and tutors who propose individual activities, moderates the discussion of the forums and the work plans. So the strategic components of digital learning are context and methodologies of learning for courses oriented to self-learning and collaborative learning. The participants open to different content of digital learning. The content prepared for self-learning. Technology oriented to various types of context. Appropriate interaction between different types of participants and taking into account the context. Communication, language, appropriate to the participants and learning objectives, and evaluation systems, rigorous and transparent in order to evaluate the various elements of the learning process. The growing use of technology, social software applications, and personal learning environments has altered and questioned how we learn from the internet, increasing the importance of informal learning, like storytelling, for instance. Informal learning in digital environments is propitious to be carried out in an autonomous and collaborative way, according to the decisions of each one on the strategies used, on how to seek and access the information and contents, on the sources and online environments used, according to personal goals and interests. So technologies are not a condition for learning, but they are tools that facilitate informal learning, diversity of sources, ease of organization, and temporal and local flexibility, cooperation, and mutual aid. Regarding the second research question, what are the main digital technologies used in the digital learning process? We can see in several articles, several publications that learning platforms and mobile devices are means for effective learning and appropriate for students. So these technologies are portable. Technology is available whenever the individual needs to learn. They are individual. The technology can be customized according to the competencies of the individual knowledge and style of learning. Discrete. The student can capture situations and use knowledge without the technology becoming overlay visible. Available. The individual can use technology anywhere to allow communication with other individuals. Adaptable. Technology can be adapted to the context of learning and students' evaluation skills and knowledge. Persistent, the individual can use technology to manage lifelong learning. Resources and knowledge will be immediately accessible with fast changes in technology. Useful, the technology is adequate to the daily needs of communication, work, and learning. And of course, easy to use. The technology is easy understood and use it by people with prior experience. Regarding the third research question, which are the virtual reality contexts that can potentiate the learning process? So the main context in digital learning prepare students to think critically and solve complex problems, work collaboratively, communicate effectively, and have more autonomy, independence in the learning process, according to several authors. Collaboration and cooperation, according to Sousa et al., creates an environment that stimulates the learning process. So we performed a Delphi survey to experts and researchers from the academy and also practitioners. So the total of individuals participating in the study were 15. And we asked them several questions about digital learning and virtual environments for learning. So regarding digital learning types, we identified project-based learning, problem-based learning, digital stories, online learning environments, digital moments, technology integrated teaching methods, digital storytelling, educational games, authentic learning, slow motion, narrated stop motion animation, e-learning, mobile learning, learning object repository, and blended learning. Regarding the digital learning technologies, we identified web-based learning video, computerized environments, spatial science technology, generic modeling language, digital video, augmented reality, design-based research, gamification, learning manager, simulation, computer-based teaching, library webinars, Blackboard, Moodle, learning manager, Twitter, video conferencing tools, MOOCs, and for virtual reality learning contexts, we identified digital combinational systems, moving from fixed to online space, experiential online development, scenarios and simulations, and designed environment and virtual lab. So, according to the research that we have done, we have some recommendations for policy, which was inferred from the research process in order to promote digital learning in higher education contexts. So to promote the use of digital learning in a higher education, focus on mobile devices, which enables learning everywhere. It is easy to use and has rich content, high efficiency, flexibility, security, reliability, interactivity, portability, and other features that can be used to compete with other teaching technologies and methods. Define measures to implement in higher education institutions adaptable learning strategies, tools, and resources to promote the use of digital learning. Incentive the creation of a culture where the role of teacher changes from primary source of information to secondary source of information and a facilitator guiding the students' learning process. Promote technology innovation into classrooms, creating infrastructures to be possible to implementation of digital learning strategies. Designing technology integrated learning will continue playing a crucial role. For a conclusion, a consistent and structural change in the learning strategies on higher education institutions will allow the students to acquire competencies as problem solving, collaboration, and communication, and will provide means for all students in a global way. So the focus will be in the future for digital learning in virtual reality context. Thank you very much for your attention.